A former Hillary Clinton campaign aide reportedly is acknowledging in a new book it was, quote, foolish not to push back more forcefully on concerns over Hillary's use of a private email server. She says Clinton wanted to address it, but the campaign urged her not to. An excerpt from that book obtained by the Washington Post reads this way. Quote, it was a mistake, although at the time it was hard to accept that telling Hillary to keep bringing up the emails herself could possibly be the right advice. But it was what voters needed to hear from Hillary at that moment, end quote. The book goes on to say that Hillary Clinton's gender played a big part in the amount of attention the issue received. Quote, I think it was the unease people felt about Hillary's motivation as a woman seeking power that made it impossible for us to very fully put this matter to bed. It was a box we could never get out of, end quote. President of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton, joins me now. And I should tell you, Tom, as we look at this, it's Jennifer Palmieri who's saying this. She did work with the campaign. I want to get your thoughts.
Well, it shows a remarkable disregard for the rule of law. This is why Hillary Clinton isn't president, because I think the American people recognized she couldn't be trusted and had contempt for the little people who followed the rules because the rules weren't for her. Palmieri also said that she said the email issue was trivial and irrelevant. And I tell you, statements like that, and Mrs. Clinton, again, blaming voters, her campaign aide blaming voters rather than the candidate for a series of misstatements about her email situation. First of all, saying she did it for convenience sake. That wasn't true. There was no classified information on the system. That wasn't true. She said she turned over all her government emails. That wasn't true. And then, of course, Judicial Watch had uncovered all of this. And on top of that, we uncovered the pay-to-play information that came out in August of 2016, which is also problematic for her. And then it's sexism on the part of voters that was the issue, not Hillary Clinton's criminality. And frankly, it just reminds me of the outrage that I know I have, and I have a feeling many Americans have, that she hadn't been arrested and hasn't been arrested for her violations of national security laws. Just late last year, we found out there's classified information on Anthony Weiner's laptop. Anyone else would have been arrested as soon as that was found out.
Well, and the importance of that, just to remind viewers, is that her aide, Uma Abedin, was married to Anthony Weiner, who has had all sorts of problems in terms of sexual misconduct in other areas. To upload, when she would walk home into their doorstop and upload her devices that had some of Hillary Clinton's emails on them onto his unsecured laptop. I mean, that's how we kind of got here, just to remind everybody. You mentioned that Palmieri, the author of this book, said trivial and irrelevant was the issue of the secret email server. The whole classified conversation would be proof of how relevant it was to national security, no?
Well, exactly right. And this trivial irrelevant story generated an FBI investigation that was compromised, it looks like in retrospect, but it was an FBI investigation into her activities. And there's still potential legal liability, as I highlighted, for Mrs. Clinton and her aides. And to call it trivial and irrelevant may be an indication that the campaign didn't understand the legal seriousness of Mrs. Clinton's issues. But voters seem to do that, and they understood it.
You often step into the nexus of politics and justice. And I think that's kind of where we are with all of this, because even if Democrats are pushing to let this issue go, you've got a former member of Hillary's inner circle, Jennifer Palmieri, now writing in a book. She can't let it go.
No, and, it's... and Mr. Trump is right to be frustrated that he's being targeted with a special counsel investigation based on really no evidence of collusion between him and the Russians. Yet Hillary Clinton was giving a free pass and is still being given a free pass by his own Justice Department on in-your-face criminality.
What happens next with Judicial Watch and all of this?
We're still getting Clinton emails.
Oh my goodness.
And I suspect they're going to keep on popping up, showing mishandling classified information in violation of the law, pay to play, and Mrs. Clinton repeatedly ignoring warnings from her national security or security experts not to use this system and other private systems to conduct government business, and ignoring it.
Tom Fitton, we'll bring you back. Justice Watch, thank you. Judicial Watch, thank you.